Hello party people, it's me JiBron. You're back at again with another video. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And welcome back to another episode of Just JiBron. Y'all, once again, we have a lot to discuss this week. Wendy Williams is still under her conservatorship, but her guardian has allowed her to sue for $82,000. Chadwick Boseman's brother are suing his widow, claiming that she's withholding royalty rates from his estate. We have a David update. And can we talk about that idiot Doctor Cheyenne Bryant? All that and more. So, can we talk? First things first that I'm going to talk about is Wendy Williams just had her birthday. She is still under conservatorship. She has been deemed unmentally capacitated because y'all know she took those tests last year. I don't understand why she's still locked up. I don't understand why she's not free. I don't understand why she's still in the memory unit. I don't know why people are talking about it as much anymore. But we do need to bring attention to an icon, someone who brought a lot of us hope, joy, and laughter in a time where it was necessarily dark and we need someone to, get us out of it. I mean, clearly she was a raw boss. I mean, hits of the show of it all. I mean, why do you think I like my jewelry and my sparkling and stuff at all? I mean, somebody had to set the standard, and she's definitely the standard for a lot of us going into broadcasting, into journalism, because she is definitely what a 21st century journalist is. She redefined talk, and she is the reason why a lot of people are doing what they're doing. But free Wendy, but her idiot guardian is just like court for her A&E lawsuit. Now, if you don't know what happened, where is Wendy Williams' documentary came out last year? Sabrina Morrissey, I think is the lady's name. She sued A&E because she said that Wendy was, inside a contract or whatever. But I think the main reason she sued was she was not showing the best light, because we got to see what exactly was going on in Wendy's apartment before she got pretty much locked up in a jail, a luxury prison. Her guardian pretty much let her drink all day. I mean, we all know that when she had problems with alcohol, it was clear on the show. But you have to think about what was going on in her life. Her husband had cheated on her. Her parents' health was failing. They had 2 strokes while she was in her halfway house. And then after that, I mean, her divorce, the man had a baby on her child probably, like, there's just a whole lot that was going on. And we got to see pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back, which was Kelvin. And apparently she was going to pay $82,000. Sabrina felt that she wasn't fairly compensated. Yep, because you drained that lady's bank accounts. It's clear as day that you're in it for the money. And for what I did research on, allegedly, Sabrina, this is your first time being mentioned with being funny with somebody else's money. There's a special place in hell for you. But free Wendy, and yeah, so she pretty much settled with the court. They dropped the lawsuit. Yeah, you had to drop the lawsuit because, idiot, you probably took the $82,000 and spent it. You need to spend it on a face transplant because you look like a ranch. You are not there piecing on the eye. Well, you look like what you are, which is a little face, a weasel, skull of the earth. You look like you're playing trash, and if you are trash, you're scum, and you need help, because the fact that you take advantage of people and prey on them, and you're supposed to protect them and take them out of horrible situations, it makes no sense to me. Your license needs to be revoked, and it's just all you burning on everybody else who was involved in putting her in this conservatorship. Was she sick? Yes. Is she healthy now? Yes. And she needs to go on and move on with her life and get access to her money. And I hope that she can file a lawsuit against Jotail once she gets out of it, because she will get out of it. We're going to put that in the atmosphere, because it makes no sense that the lady had all that money and now it's probably all going on spending on, I think it's $28,000 a month at that apartment place to get rifle watch candy. She's locked on the floor all day, and she can't even have calls, and I think she's going to make calls out, and she's based for an iPad and she can't even get one. Anyway, in other weird news, Chadwick, when he was alive, we never really talked about him publicly. He got sick and, he passed away because he had cancer, unfortunately. They recently recast the new Black Panther, and I can't wait to go see it. I know they're going to probably honor him and suck out, but I will say I did get emotional the last Black Panther I saw, because, I saw the first one, I saw the second one, and I don't know if you really into Marvel like that, but it was a big deal being Black and that coming out. But apparently his brothers are suing his widow for apparently withholding royalties, and apparently his parents not receiving their half of his assets after his death. So apparently, when Chadwick died, there was no will. So apparently, his widow got 50% of the will, and then his parents divided the rest of the 50, 25 and 25. And at the time, there was $3.3 million worth of stock available, $151 in cash, and $241,000 in an IRA account, which, in my opinion, is relatively low for a Black Panther. But then again, he could have been in between gigs. He's not really that high in Hollywood. But I'm like, you have a couple of good movies. He had the Get Up movie. I was just like, $3.3 million for him just seemed relatively low. Well, apparently they're claiming that they haven't received their half, and on top of it, they're claiming that she's withholding royalties. Now, she claimed that at the time of the death that she released everything, but apparently they're like saying that she withheld some stuff. And this is the thing that I stress to people, whether you are Joe Blow up the street, whether you are Bill Gates, everyone needs a will so you can stop things like this from happening, because we never know when any of us are dying. Because this is very sad that his brothers, because I'm like, what kind of money grab are y'all trying to do? If she is withholding what is rightfully theirs, I do think that they need to be paid, and also alleging that they need to collect interest and stuff like that on the money. It's sad that they have to do that. I don't know if it is true. I don't know what happened, but it's odd that the brothers are suing. I'm not sure what's going on with the parents, why they had sue for the parents, why the parents get sue themselves, but it is kind of sad and disheartening to see that this is the tabloids and this is the headline with someone who has such an amazing and incredible legacy. He is a fixture in Black community. He will always be remembered, and Chadwick was probably one of the best Black actors in this century. I'll never forget when I first got introduced to him. I went to go see the Get Up movie, the James Brown movie. I was like 10, I want to say. I didn't know who the hell James Brown was. My grandma did. Because my grandma was up, in the 60s and 70s, and so she wanted us to go see the movie. I loved the movie. Loved it all. He was a great actor, and then I was very, very happy when I found out he got Black Panther. But this is sad. I hope that they can come to a feasible resolution. But I don't like what Fairness by. The next thing I want to talk about is that idiot, Cheyenne Bryant, because I'm not going to call you a doctor, because respectfully, you are a real doctor, you're an idiot, a fool, and a moron. You recently posted on Instagram, you and your doctoral, outfit that people claim that you got on Amazon. Now, I've been meaning to talk about Cheyenne Bryant, who was on Teen Mom and all the other things. Cheyenne, there are no transcripts from when you graduated with your doctorate degree, and also from allegedly when you did get your doctorate degree, they are no longer accredited institution. So why are you running around calling yourself a doctor? You're not Dr. Dre. You're a pretty woman, I guess, but if anything, you make Black people look bad. You're an idiot, you're a liar, you just look stupid, and I know that you want to get attention. I'm giving you attention, and I hope that you relish these 5 seconds of fame. That's probably what you're going to get, because at the end of the day, people work too hard to get their doctor's degrees, all the Black doctors, and the small population of them, whether it's in the mental health realm, whether it's medical, whether it's dental, it's a very small population. For you to pretty much cosplay as a doctor and you have your credentials, go get your credentials. Like, I don't understand why you have the money, but do a life coach or whatever, but it's just, you look stupid, and it's very disheartening for a person who actually goes and gets counseling. And I see, and first of all, I'm in the counselor's factor Black. My psychiatrist is Black. My counselor's Black. It was very important for me when I was going to get counseling to have someone who looks like me. But to have this idiot sit on my take away from things that I know that my counselor and that my psychiatrist were very, very hard to get. And you just want to cosplay as one because you think it's cool, you think that it's fun, you look stupid. Like, go get the paper behind it, and there's nothing wrong with being a life coach. But at the end of the day, people have worked hard and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to get these degrees and get these things. Even when you get a bachelor's degree, it's not a doctorate or whatever. But by the way, she does have a bachelor's degree, by the way. So, she's not that she's uneducated, but it's like, girl, go take them damn classes. They're not hard. If everybody wanted to be a doctor, everybody will have one. And clearly, you want to be a doctor. So, if you want to be a doctor, go get the proper things that you need. And quit cosplaying this one, because it's not a good look. And you want to braids and go sit your ass down. So, let this girl, sick and tired of here. And just go to the court and hire me. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is Sister David Anthony Burke. Yes, we have a date what that's short for. Let me come on. Close to high bars. You know, some people hate it. If I can't get any disgusted, David can find a way to make my stomach eat itself. So, David is going to trial, which is not shocking. But what's disgusting is 4 text messages have been revealed. So remember how they thought that she was pregnant around the time of her birth? Well, she wasn't pregnant. She had an abortion. Keep in mind this was her first abortion. Celeste is what we're talking about. So, Celeste texted, let me get this right, let me read the story thing. So, Celeste, texting her, she was like, neither one of us are capable of watching and taking care of a baby. It's for the best, no question mark. And then, something on another aspect. And then he said, also my mother always told me to ask this question if it was ever been a situation. It's a mind right. And then Burke said, let this abortion be the last one until we have the real one. Let it be the last one? Let it be the last one? Now, in my brain, I'm thinking the last one, did she have a more prior? And then they also had Operation. Also, when he talked about both of them might have into his home. David, you're sick, twisted, and disgusting, and I can't wait for you to rot in hell and jail. I hope they get you the maximum sentence that is possible, because the fact that you took advantage of a vulnerable girl, which is simply wanting to be loved, is beyond me. You clearly are a coward, and you are a real man, because a real man would have to take someone his own age and someone he can actually have intellectual conversation with, not a child. But then again, probably were on the same mental capacity as none of that. It just respect Celeste like that. She was like your head clearly because you couldn't, talk to her. The fact that you couldn't go talk to another adult woman shows how immature that you really are, and that age is really nothing but a number. You do need the maximum sentence, and you need to hit the book. And then I was reading somewhere that the guy who did the autopsy said she was so badly decomposed. David, when they trial this shit, and they get you on a unanimous guilty verdict, this is just crazy to me. And the last thing I want to talk about is this Nolan Wells case, and I'm so glad that Nancy Grace has hit them people up, because, y'all, what the hell is going on? And you know that it's a big deal when this Rachel comments about it, okay? So, Nancy Grace pretty much take this on his life, Colin Kaepernick got the independent autopsy, and his cause of death is undetermined. They reported some bruising about the back of his head, I think it was his throat, and his kidneys were taken out. She also, Nancy Grace, pointed out that the Life 360 inaccuracies, and she also talked about the discrepancies between witness accounts, because one witness account stated the friends on the boat said that he stayed behind with the girl, but then the girl said she saw him in on the boat. I thought it was odd that his best friend didn't go to his funeral, and I also thought that it was odd that all his friends were man. Let me know what you think down below. All I know is this: it's sad that it takes this much community outreach to happen at a time like this, but I'm glad that people are speaking out about cloud. And I was like, I thought this is a moment on, because there's too much injustice that happens to black people, and especially in an incident like this, because you can't say he provoked anybody, you can't say he was aggressive. There's literally, how are you gonna make him the villain in this scenario? How? They're probably gonna try to, but how are you gonna make the villain? And then the last thing I'm gonna talk about is we have got to talk about relinquishing ourselves from people and things, y'all. So I'm thinking about this last week, because y'all know I'm just gonna be honest with you, depression is kicking my ass lately, and it's been a very, very hard struggle for me. But when I'm in the bed, I do typically think when I'm having my little episodes. And what I'm starting to realize is you kind of have to release old wounds, things and ideas of what you thought should have happened or what you think people should be. I feel like as humans, we hold, especially in our own sadness and if that's a word, in our own emptiness that we hold people into a higher regard. We're going to realize that sometimes again that other people are functioning out of the peak capacity that they know how to because they're traumatized as well. We need to come in and say, like them coming to some ways we are not to forgive, move on, and just allow ourselves to be free of the things that are holding us down. And causing us so much struggle and strife. You know, it's not an easy thing. It's a day thing that I struggle with, but it's something that we eventually have to go over so we can be up ourselves. But yeah, but anyway, that's all the time that I have here. This midnight show might come. Subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Bye.